Welcome to BOJTV's trending news for top stories in local, regional and international news, along with sports and local weather forecast. I'm Carla. Coming up in our local trending news, a husband of slain Manchester teacher charged with murder. Area 1 police seeking public's help to locate a missing ex-policeman. Men arrested in connection with firearm seizure in St. Anne. And Lasco launches 50% less sugar iCool juice drink. Now the details. 49 years old Gregory Campbell, husband of 47 years old Carolyn Davis Campbell, the Bishop Gibbs High School science teacher who was shot to death at her home in Melrose Mews, Manchester, allegedly by gunmen on Tuesday, July 9, have been arrested and charged with murder. Mr. Campbell was arrested by the Manitoba Police last week after his side of a statement proved inconclusive, and following an investigation he was charged in connection with the murder of his wife on Wednesday. Reports are that on Tuesday, July 9, Davis Campbell was at home, allegedly in bed with her husband, when gunmen forced their way inside the building and shot her to death. The Area 1 police are asking members of the public for their assistance to locate an ex-police officer who went missing from his home in Bounty Hole, Trelawney on August 28. Sergeant Hewlett Lewis Green, liaison officer for St. James, said Constable Adrian Brown, who was recently discharged from the police force on charges of corruption, left his home on August 28 and informed family members that he was travelling to St. James to meet with someone. Meanwhile, mother of the missing cop, Claudette Bryan, told reporters that her son was not a corrupt cop and that he graciously resigned from the force following the incident. Ms. Brown said her son was a decent policeman who graduated in 2016 and got mixed up in an incident during the purchase of a motor vehicle where a car dealer ran off with money that belonged to him. She said it was never a case of corruption, and after he was arrested in May, the case boiled down to a civil matter, which was supposed to be called up today in court. Brown left his home dressed in a blue polo shirt, black jeans, and a pair of black sneakers. He has not been seen or heard from since. Sergeant Lewis Green said the police are asking members of the public who can assist in locating the missing ex-cop to contact the Falmouth Police Station at 876-954-3222. 44 years old Basil Panja Fisher, the St. James man who reportedly drank a Gramoxone after he discovered that his cousin, who he helped to dump the body of his baby mother, whom he had murdered, died at hospital on Wednesday. Fisher, who drank the deadly weed killer on Monday afternoon, was admitted to the Cornwall Regional Hospital in critical condition. Reports are that during the first week of September, Dixon strangled his baby mother, 36 years old Sissette Reed, of Linda's Hill in Westmoreland, and asked Fisher to assist him in dumping her body. After the body was discovered in Westgate Hills by residents, investigations led to the arrest of Dixon, who confessed to the murder. Upon hearing that Dixon had confessed, Fisher reportedly drank a Gramoxone in fear of being arrested. 2 men were arrested by members of the Area 2 Fugitive Apprehension Team following the seizure of several rounds of ammunition in York Castle, St. Anne yesterday. The identities of the men are being withheld pending further investigations. Reports by the police are that between the hours of 3:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m., a team of officers conducted an operation at a premises in York Castle when a house occupied by the men was searched. The lawmen seized 20 9mm cartridges and both men were arrested. A collision involving 2 urban transit company JUTC buses yesterday resulted in several students receiving injuries and had to be treated at hospital. Reports are that about 7 a.m., the rear of a number 72 bus, which was picking up children inside the transport centre, slammed into a number 74 bus, which was parked on the lower deck of the centre. The impact of the crash resulted in several children receiving minor injuries, and their parents were called in to take them to the doctors. It is also reported that both buses, which operate on the halfway tree to Papine routes, were also damaged and had to be taken off their respective routes. In keeping with its spirit of innovation and providing Jamaicans with a diverse product offering, Lasco Manufacturing Limited, through its iCool drink brand, introduces a new juice drink variant, iCool Reduced Sugar Juice Drink, which contains 50% less sugar than the regular iCool drink. Lasco has reduced the sugar content from 19 grams per serving in the regular iCool drink to 10 grams per serving in the iCool Reduced Sugar Juice Drink. The announcement made during a press conference on Thursday, September 12 at Terranova exclusive all-suite hotel, emphasizes Lasker's continued effort to enhance and support healthier lifestyle choices for families, especially the youth across our nation. The new iCool reduced sugar juice drink variant is equivalent to 4 grams of sugar per 100 milliliter, which is in compliance with the Ministry of Health and Wellness guidelines for beverages allowed in schools up to 2021. Excelsior High School on Wednesday opened its recently expanded and renovated strength training facility gym called the Equator. The $4 million project, which was funded by past students and donations from corporate Jamaica, resulted in the creation of a 5,700 square feet facility housing 3 change-in rooms and a coach's office, treatment and recovery area, and a gym floor equipped with machines and free weights to develop the total athlete. Excelsior, the school that participates in most ISA competitions, now has the largest strength training facility for a high school in Jamaica. The building, which was previously used for the Industrial Arts Department, was also where the award-winning Bob Marley featuring Lauryn Hill music video Turn Your Lights Down Low was filmed in 1999. Those were your top stories making local trending news. Now join us for news from across the region, as well as our international stories, sports, and a local weather forecast. In news from the region, painting a grim picture of the reality on the ground in Hurricane Dorian-affected islands, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, in a national address late Wednesday, admitted that besides the physical resources required to rebuild and recover, the country will also need spiritual resources. Quite a number of those who lived through Hurricane Dorian are experiencing nightmares and other trauma. There is tremendous physical, emotional, and psychological trauma. The road to recovery and healing will be long and hard, the Prime Minister said. He disclosed that he met with the Bahamas Christian Council and has asked its members to plan a national prayer service. Minister says, too, that there is to be a national day of mourning. Flags are to be flown at half-mast on all public buildings to mourn our dead, he said, adding that Hurricane Dorian is a historic tragedy. According to the Prime Minister, up to Wednesday, traveled to North Abaco, including a number of the Abaco Keys, as part of his assessment of relief and recovery efforts on affected islands. Much of Abaco no longer exists. Floodwaters in the streets made them appear like the ocean. Concrete structures were turned to dust, as if a massive bomb had exploded with an atomic force. There are no words efficient to describe this tragedy, he said in Wednesday night's address. He also said East Grand Bahama had been laid to waste. In international news, U.S. actress Felicity Huffman is due to be sentenced for taking part in a college admission scandal that ensnared dozens of wealthy families. The Desperate Housewives star admitted to paying $15,000 to have her daughter's exam answers secretly corrected in 2017. Prosecutors have asked for a month in prison and a $20,000 fine. Parents and athletic coaches were among the 50 people charged in the scheme, but none of the children were indicted. The parents charged in the investigation allegedly paid bribes, had exams altered, and even had their children edited into stock photos to fake sporting talents on applications. Prosecutors say they managed to fraudulently secure spots for the teenagers at elite universities, including Yale, Georgetown, and Stanford. Huffman, who pleaded guilty to mail and honest services fraud in May, is expected to appear in court in Boston this afternoon for her sentencing. She will be the first parent sentenced in the scandal. Her legal team has asked for a year of probation in lieu of jail time, 250 hours of community service, and a $20,000 fine. Over in our sporting report, all is now set for the installation of a statue of a Jamaican Olympic and world champion sprinter, Veronica Campbell-Brown, that is to be unveiled at Statue Park at the National Stadium in Kingston on Sunday, October 20. On Thursday, the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the Honourable Olivia Grange, received the all-clear from the iconic track star. We've been in discussion with Veronica and the sculptor Basil Watson about the design, but when Veronica saw the maquette, she said, yes, This is it. The Campbell Brown statue is the third of 4 statues in tribute of outstanding Jamaican athletes that were designed by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport as part of its Jamaica 55th Legacy Program. The first 2 statues of Usain Bolt and Shelley and Fraser Price were unveiled in 2017-2018 respectively. The statue for Safa Powell, the last in the series, is being finalized. On our local weather forecast, insignificant feature, a weak trough across Jamaica. The trough weakens further today and a high-pressure ridge builds temporarily across the island. Thereafter, another tropical wave will then move across the island late on Sunday. The forecast for this afternoon will see some possible showers and thunderstorms, mainly across central and western parishes, otherwise partly cloudy. Tonight becoming fair. Maximum temperature expected for Kingston as well as Montego Bay today is 33 degrees Celsius. That was BOJTV's trending news, your top local, regional and international stories, as well as a sports report and weather forecast. Until next time, I'm Carla. Thanks for watching.